What's up, Juventini? Alberto here. I got all your Juventus news, all right, and we've got some good news that all the fans are going to love about Iling Jr. We have Moise Kean, who we might be getting ready to say bye-bye to. Then I got the fitness status of some key guys going into the Coppa Italia match on Thursday against Frosinone, and we've got the latest with Djalo, who could be the next signing for Juventus, and Paul Pogba being acquitted. All that and more right now, so like the video, subscribe to the channel. This is the AJC. Let's rock. First things up, news that you're all going to love to hear, and that's about Iling Jr. There's been a little bit of a turning of the tide, so to speak, with the youngster. As of late, Kostic has been struggling, all right? Iling Jr. starting to get more minutes, while Nico Skira yesterday reported that a contract extension to 2028 will be offered up from Juventus, but there are still multiple sources claiming that Iling Jr. could in fact be moved still, and that there is several sides in England that are interested in the player. So it could really go either way, but Skira, very credible over the past few years. We'll see what happens. Now, what's interesting is keeping in mind that he could be moved. I had a brief discussion with Romeo Agresti yesterday, and I was asking him about Djalo, who we will get to in a little bit, and he said that that deal was practically done. I asked, can we expect anything more beyond Djalo? And he said, well, it would definitely be a midfielder. However, it's complicated and things need to happen for them to get that done, but I see it being very, very difficult. For me, that tells me everything I need to know. I'm thinking we just got to sell. We got to move somebody. So will it in fact be Iling? Will it be someone else? We just have to wait and see. But Djalo might be it for this Mercado, which stated on the last podcast, I'd actually be just fine with if we stay and remain status quo. Your thoughts if we just remain as we are. Ranocchia, his move to Palermo is going to be finalized. Apparently, Juve and Palermo have terms. It's just up to Palermo to find terms with the player now. Monza, Fiorentina, and Bologna. Those are the three sides interested in Moise Kean for a loan move. The player obviously still recovering from his latest injury, all right? But it is said and reported minutes before I started recording this by Romeo Agresti that Fiorentina has set up new contacts today with Moise Kean for the loan. What they need to work out with Juventus is the terms on the salary and what's going to happen there, all right? Now, Juve next on deck for them is Frosinone in the Coppa Italia on Thursday. Rabiot and Chiesa are both set to miss that match. But Rabiot is also in doubt apparently for Sassuolo, okay? As far as Chiesa goes, I said I wouldn't play him in the Frosinone match regardless, and I would want him in there for Sassuolo. Rabiot will be missed against Sassuolo. He'll be missed against Frosinone too, but we should have Sassuolo's been a little bit of a bogey team for Juventus, and we have to avenge what happened earlier in the season. So hopefully Il Cavallo Pazzo can recover for that Sassuolo game. We'll see what happens. Cambiaso, he was not training with the group today, but that still has no concerns for him being available for the match this Thursday in the Coppa Italia. He will be available. He is going to be back, returning with the group tomorrow, recovering from the flu. Manu Kone, who has been listed as a target for Juventus. It is not going to be winter mercado, all right? This looks like a summer move if it happens, but his price tag is difficult for apparently Juventus to get into, so this is going to be something we'll just have to keep tabs on in the summer. Thiago Djalo, all right? So talks today have been confirmed that are going to go down to try and seal this, all right? Juve and Lille have terms, according to Fabrizio Romano. It's 3.5 million euros. We heard yesterday about a little bit of extra added money and funds from Juventus to make it rounded out to 7 million. However, Fabrizio Romano reports 3.5 million with a 10% sell-on clause. It is up to Juventus and the player now to agree terms. And apparently there was a little bit of a delay there because the player had an agreement for the summer with Inter. However, they're not stepping up to the plate for this winter mercado, so the road is clear and open for him to join Juventus. Talks happening today. Flamenco could be coming in this mercado for Alex Sandro and not waiting until the summer when he is free. If Juventus can get anything out of this, it would be fantastic. All right, now Pogba. This is the interesting news of today. Mirko Nicolino has insinuated we're heading towards seeing Pogba acquitted. Okay, acquitted of the doping charges. Now, There are other sources reporting that that's not the case. He is going to take the same defense as Palomino, which was contaminated supplement. But apparently his lawyers feel very, very strong about it. Now, Mirko Nicolino is probably insinuating that through that, he could be acquitted completely. But the majority of reports still suggest a 6-month ban. There is a lot to dissect in this because we have to look at this. So does his punishment, even if it were 6 months, does it start from when he was originally banned? I would assume so. If that was the case, he could return to us with just shy of 2 months worth of matches left to be played. Now, if they counted from the ruling, he is wiped out. The other thing to consider here is, does a 6-month ban still give Juventus the rights to termination completely on the player's contract? I would assume it does. And I stand firm on what I said previously when this had all broken out, that if Juventus has rights to termination, they should terminate Paul Pogba's contract. So things are going to get very, very interesting here. As of right now, though, his court date is set for mid-February. I believe it was around February 12th, so we have to wait for that and an official ruling. But Mirko Nicolino, in stating and insinuating that he believes he's going to be fully acquitted, and this is why players should play through these charges. This is where I disagree completely, all right? I don't agree that players should play through these charges, all right? I understand innocent until proven guilty. However, you cannot have somebody facing these charges, any rules that are broken, active in roster, playing in games, all right? Let's say he was fit, he was in shape, he was in form, he was playing, he gets these charges, he goes to the World Cup, he plays, they win the World Cup. Let's say all our games, we continue doing what we're doing right now, then he is found guilty. They wouldn't hesitate for a second to take all our points away, all right? What does it do to the credibility of the competitions he was involved in? You just simply can't take that. Now, it's one argument to say, why are we banning these particular substances? There's nothing really advantageous about it. That's a whole different ballgame. That's a whole different argument, all right? However, these substances are banned for whatever reasons. You just can't do that, all right? For me, they shouldn't play while facing these allegations, all right, and charges. However, these situations have to be dealt with much, much quicker because the teams, the players, nobody gets compensated for the time lost. So again, they shouldn't be playing, but it has to be dealt with much, much quicker, in my opinion. But you guys know the drill. I lay it all out for you to play it out. Let me know in the comment section what you think about all the news you heard here today, all right? I can't wait to hear everybody's thoughts on this one, all right? Fino alla fine, Forza Juve. Can't wait to mix it up with you in the comments, all right? Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel, and feel free to share any of the content and clip whatever you like, all right? Take care, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.